This program contains adult language and situations which may be considered offensive to some viewers and/or children, but more likely their parents.
Alright, kiddies. You know what's going on here. So, I want to make a little rant here. A little rant about getting an apartment. Okay, somebody please tell me, why is it so hard for me to find an apartment in Buffalo? Forget about the North Buffalo. Forget about, that for a second. And, I don't know about anywhere else but Buffalo, but I'm sure this happens everywhere, a lot of different places. This is starting to become really, really, really ridiculous, trying to find an apartment, really. I don't understand. I don't understand how people can just get up and find an apartment. I don't understand how people can just get up and find an apartment, but it's really hard for me to, for me, it's gonna take months for me to find an apartment. And but for other people, it'll take them maybe a couple weeks. How is it that somebody else? It's the same thing with jobs too. It's the exact same thing with jobs. It's how can somebody just tell me, well, if you lose your job, you just get another job? That's not realistic. Okay? I don't know how you would just get another job, because that has never happened before. You don't just get another job. Okay? I don't know what the hell people are doing, and then some people, they can get fired from a job, and then they'll have another job within a couple days. How is that even possible? Every time I go and get a job, try to find a job, it always takes me a couple months to find a new job, at least. There's never been a time where I lost a job and then I found one a day later. It's never happened. And same with apartments too. People can sit there and say, well, people are like, well, it doesn't take 6 months to find a new place to live. And I'm just really? Why is this so hard for me to find, while everyone else could just go out and just find a new place? And it's the same thing with jobs too. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's like you see people that break up with their girlfriends and all that, and they're living together, and the guy moves out, and it's okay, I just found a new place within 10 minutes. How does that friggin' work? How does that work? Or oh yeah, I'm being evicted or something, and I now just found a new place to live. I remember Dick Voila, he was pissing me off because he was well, if you lose your job, just get another job. I'm really? You must be that friggin' privileged that you could just find a job within an hour of getting fired. Is that how privileged you are? No, because it'll take me at least 3 months to find a new job. Especially in Buffalo, oh boy. So I'm wondering, like, why is it so hard? And it's not even about me, like, just, okay. It's not even about the location, really. It's all bullshit throughout the whole city. Okay, it's North Buffalo. It's everywhere. So this isn't about trying to find a certain place in a certain part of the city. Okay, if I wanted another apartment in Lovejoy, I'd probably have the same exact problem. So what is this problem? Well, it seems like, where exactly do people go to find apartments? The only place I can think of these days is fucking Craigslist. That's like the only place I can think of to find an apartment. Craigslist. If anyone else knows any other place, feel free to comment below, because, and I know what my parents are thinking. Well, you just gotta go and they say this a lot about jobs too, my parents, because they grew up in the stupid generation. Okay, they're like, well, you need to go out and you need to go door to door to find jobs. No, that's not how it works anymore. How it works, because they live in the past, you know, and I get it. I get what they're saying. You need to just go door to door downtown or something and find jobs that way. And yeah, that would have worked back in like 1960, but in today, if you try to do that, you know what they'll do? They'll say, you need to go home and get online and do the application online. And that's the truth too. They will say that too. They're like, we do all our applications online. Hey, you know what? You know what? That's just the way it works these days. I mean, these days it's just like, you gotta do the application online. That's just the way it is. My parents don't get that. But the thing is too is that with apartments, it's a little different with apartments. But I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, the only place I really know how to get an apartment is on Craigslist. Okay, so that's why I always go on Craigslist to look for apartments. Now, I know that there's other ways of getting an apartment, but you know what? It just seems so much easier just to go on Craigslist, and it seems so much easier just to go on Craigslist, and you know, everything is just there, you know. And I know I can go around and go all through the neighborhoods and look for, you know, for rent signs or whatever. I can do that, but that's a bit time consuming. And you know, with Craigslist and internet sources and whatnot, I mean, it's possible for me to do that, but then all you're seeing is just a little friggin' sign outside a building. I mean, that's not really a, you know, you go, then you have to like call them and ask them, because like even if you go on Craigslist, you can see that they allow pets. You can see that they, you know, the rent and all that. So it's like you know a little bit about the place beforehand, so it's not really a big deal. You know, so, you know, and it's really hard for me to find a place. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I mean, and here's a lot of the bullshit that comes with trying to find a place is, first off, okay, I get that the North Buffalo and the Allentown and all that, I get that they're going to be more expensive than, you know, the East Side, Lovejoy and all that. I get that. But, you know, there has to be like some affordable places in those areas, okay? And a lot of what I see on like Craigslist and whatnot, a lot of what I see is they don't really. It seems like they're landlords that are kind of like stuck between modern times and old-fashioned times. It's like that really weird period there. It's like, okay, you're gonna advertise your place on Craigslist, huh? Okay, that's cool, but we're not gonna give you a phone number for you to call. Okay? You're not gonna get a phone number. Instead you have to come down to our office or you have to come down to, I live on the site, so you have to come down whenever you feel. It's like that shit, like back in like the fucking 40s and shit, where people didn't even, like my dad always told me, my dad told me that it's like back when I was growing up, oh, this shit again. Back when I was growing up, we didn't even go, when we wanted to go hang out with our friends, we didn't even ring their doorbell. We just yelled up to the house. Like I'm going to fucking Clint's place to like fucking tell him off, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, it's ridiculous, like, some of these landlords, they're older people, sure, but, I mean, a lot of these people need to get with the times, too. I mean, I get you're older, but it's like, you know, it's like, you're living like you're fucking Austin Powers. It's like you're clueless to what's going on today. You know, and you're just like, oh, if you want a job, if you want an apartment, you have to go and just walk around the city and go door to door for a job, or like, and then meanwhile they're like, you do something like that today and people will fucking laugh at you. Well, they won't laugh at you, but they'll just say something like, oh, well, you want a job? You gotta go online and fill out the application. So it's like pretty much useless to do what they're saying these days, because all they're gonna do is just tell you to go online to their website and do that. I mean, that's just what happens these days. And like I keep saying, there's a landlord in Buffalo. Okay, there's some landlord in Buffalo that is always posting apartments, and they're really nice apartments too. The problem is that all those nice apartments, he doesn't include a phone number with it. Okay? And it's really getting on my nerves. It's like, how the hell do you not include a phone number with your apartment? You're trying to set, like everything, he wants everything to be email. Email this, email that. I don't want, I don't want to email somebody for an apartment. I want to be able to call them. I want to be able to ask questions in real time. I'm one of those people, I don't really like email. I'd rather just talk on the phone. Sometimes I miss an email or whatever too, and I don't know. But I mean that's the problem. I can't do this. And then oh, excuse me. And then I got some other complaints too. Like some of these fees are ridiculous. Okay? Some of these fees are ridiculous. Okay, I understand paying a security deposit. I understand, paying first month's rent. But why should I pay last month's rent? What does that mean? Is it I gotta pay for... all I know is that security is just equal to 1 month's rent, pretty much. So you're paying some apartments want you to pay security, first month's rent, and last month's rent. Why do I have to pay the last month? I get it that the last month's rent means that it's the last month you're gonna be there, but even if you paid that last month's rent, even if you just abandon the apartment, the last month would be the last month you paid, really. I don't know. I don't get the idea of a last month's rent. Well, again, this is another thing that really gets me too, is a lot of places will say yeah, we allow pets for a let's say $200 non-refundable pet deposit. And it's why? Why? I don't get it. You're already paying for a security deposit. Okay? You're already paying for the security deposit. Okay? Now, with that security deposit, that should include anything that a pet does. Okay? That should include it. But they want a separate security deposit, and somehow that's non-refundable? Why? Why would that be non-refundable? Meanwhile, I'll say this again. Meanwhile, I'll say, you will never, ever see a landlord put up an ad on Craigslist. It says you need to do a separate security deposit to have each one of your fucking bastard children to live there. No, I'm right. And you know I'm right. And you know that children will wreck that place worse than a fucking pet. Yeah, a cat might piss on a rug, or you know, it might scratch up a part of the wall or something, but that's easily fixed. You know, kids, they can put holes in walls, you know. And there's never an extra security to have. And some of these people have like 5 kids with like 8 different fathers. And I'm not gonna mock those people, but I'm just saying, your bastard children will wreck a house worse than my stupid fucking cat, okay? And the other thing that I don't get is, why is it that in order for me to do a rental application, I have to pay $25 just to fill out an application? Okay, I get it that that $25 goes so they can do a fucking background check. Okay, I get that. But let's say I was applying for a job, okay? I have never had a job where I had to pay them to do a background check on me, okay? That was all paid for by the employer, really. They fronted the cost on that. Okay? And that's the thing. That's the thing too. If they really wanted to do a background check, right? They don't have to do a background check. That's the thing that I say. They don't have to do that. That's something that they decided to do. Because if a job ever said, oh yeah, we'll hire you, but you have to pay for this drug test. It's like, fuck that. First of all, I'm not paying for no fucking drug test. Okay? You want the drug test done? You pay for it. Like, why is it okay if a fucking landlord charges you for a background check, but you know, if an employer does it, it's not cool. You know, the way I see it is, you want the background check done, you want the drug test done, you pay for it. You know. That's all you. That's all on you. That's what I don't get. Like, why should I have to pay $25 to do a fucking background check? Like I said, they want it done. They can pay for it themselves. That's what I say. Half the time they don't even do a background check. They just make you pay the $25 for nothing. You can be a fucking serial killer with 10 warrants out on his arrest. You pay that 25, and they'll still, they won't even know. And it's like I have nothing to hide. I have no criminal record. I really don't. Okay. I have nothing to hide. My fucking jail time doesn't show up on a record. I don't even tell employers I was arrested or in jail. My lawyer said I didn't have to. Not really any of your business, really. But, I mean, like I've had jobs do drug testing on me. I've had jobs do background check, like criminal background, credit check. They paid for it. They did. And they were happy to pay for it too. I mean, think of it this way: you just smoked a big fat blunt, okay, a day before the interview. They send you out on a drug test. They said you have to pay for his drug test. So pretty much, you have to now go and pay you have to go and pay to test positive for a drug now. That's like saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna go pay to get myself arrested. Really, it's like, makes no real sense. That's like saying, yeah, I now have to go pay the detective so that he can come out and arrest me. It's like, I'm not paying you. The way I see it, he didn't even have to take the case. He decided to take the case. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying here. Dick didn't have to take the case if he didn't want to, but he decided to. So he needs to foot the bill. Him and maybe even the protected party have got to, foot the bill for this. I mean, she's the one that wanted me arrested, so she's the one that's going to have to pay up, pay the good detective. I should have had the protected party go and pay my bill. You know what I'm saying? She should have to pay to keep me away from her. That's the way I see it. She should have to pay to keep me away from her. Because I'm not doing it for free. Now I'm just joking. I'm gonna keep away from her. I'll keep away from her for free too. I don't give a shit. Because me and the protected party have mutual interests. Me and her have mutual interests. She wants me to stay away from her, and I want her to stay away from me. So that's a restraining order is kind of like a blessing in disguise, because that also just means that she has to stay away from me as well. And I got a little thing I got to talk to. I got to talk about that in a little bit as well, but it's just all this bullshit with landlords. Like, why is it that I can't have a cat in an apartment, but I can have as many fucking bastard children as I want in an apartment? That makes no goddamn sense. Then I think the argument with that is that, well, the kids are family or something. Well, so is my cat. Okay? My cat isn't a pet. It's family. And that's what I'm saying about that. Like, I don't care how much she scratches me. I don't care. That is that's family. You don't just get rid of family. My mom might think so, but I don't. No, you work with the problem, you know? When I took care, when I decided to take care of that cat, I knew that I would be getting into something like that. I knew there was a potential. Okay? My cat's a mean cat. I'll say it. But I'll never get rid of my fucking cat. You know? My mom, on the other hand, thinks that, oh yeah, if Mike doesn't want to deal with my lies, well then, I'm not changing. I'm not going to start telling the truth. He's just going to have to deal with me lying all the time. That's how my mom thinks. It's like, if he doesn't want to deal with my lies, well then, fuck him. That's the way my mom thinks. If you don't want to deal with my lying, then fuck him. That's all part of me. I'm a liar, and that's out. My mom's like, yeah, he's a liar, and that's all that there is to it. If he doesn't like my lies, well then he can go suck a big fat dick then. And you know what? I did. Not really, but but I mean, that's the problem here. And let me just talk about the protected party here for a second. And I don't know how I'm supposed to go about this, really, without me getting arrested again. But I know that Gwar is coming up, okay? Gwar's coming up November 1st, okay? And Gwar is something that the protected party may or may not go to. She's been to Gwar concerts in the past. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that she'll show up at a Gwar concert. Okay? It's not out of the realm of possibility. Because she's been to Gwar shows in the past. Okay? What I really want to know is, because that's like my favorite band, okay? And I really want to know if she's going to be there or not. And I know that if I go and ask her straight up, are you going to be at a Gwar? I could get myself in trouble. I know that if I ask one of my friends that know her, that I potentially can get in trouble. So this is like my dilemma here. If anybody has a suggestion to find out how I can know if she's going to this thing, please give me a suggestion. Like I don't like for example, I thought about like reaching out to the detective that arrested me and is handling this case, so he can go and ask her, and then he can tell me. Because it would suck if I went there, I paid the what, $25 to get in. You know, I took the night off of work to go to this thing, and it would suck if I paid the $25. I took the night off, and the first thing I see is her stupid fucking face. You know, and then I would have to leave, and I'll be out the 25, and I'd be out the work hours. I mean, I can't. It's a really weird situation, you know, because I want to go, but I also don't want to, you know, risk. I also don't want to risk running into her, you know. But, like I said, I thought about just really calling up the detective that's on the case, and I really don't know if I should or not, you know. I don't even know if that's considered like third-party contact, you know. So, I mean, I'm thinking about just risking it, because you gotta remember, like, here's what we know, okay? Here's seriously what we know, okay? She has a baby, okay? We know that. She has a husband. She's one of those people that won't go by herself, okay? She's going to have to go with a group of people or with her husband or whatever. When I saw her at Gwar, she was with people that would go to Gwar. It's like, okay. It's like Barf. She likes Gwar. She liked the Gwar concert. And at the time, she went to a Gwar concert. But she was dating that Pootie guy during that. And now she's married to fucking Brian, who doesn't like Gwar, who'd rather go see ABBA than Gwar, and Barf isn't gonna go by herself. So I'm kind of protected with Barf. I don't know this girl's husband. Okay, I don't know what he's into. I don't know if he likes, you know, metal or whatever. But she would have to go with somebody. That's what I'm saying. Because me, I'm so much of a loser, I would just go by myself. Because I like the band that much, I'll just go by myself. Because I'm that fucking loser. Remember when I dated Amy and she didn't want to go? I said, fuck you, Amy, I'm going myself then. Remember that shit? I'm like, fuck you, Amy, I'm going by myself. that. You're not going to keep me from going to see my favorite band. And he said, well, you're not keeping me to see my favorite band, the Rascal Flats, or whatever the fuck she listened to back then. Fuck the, but you know what? I went to her fucking Rascal Flats concert. You know why? Because I'm a fucking moron, that's why. I can go to fucking country music concerts without bitching, but she can't. But it's, cause it was a, can't go to a little fucking club cause whatever. I don't know. This music's horrible. Then I say, oh, this music's fucking horrible, and she starts crying in the little fucking corner for an hour. It's like, really? But no, really, I mean, how is it that? That's just what I'm trying to figure out. Is she gonna be there or not? And this is what I'm not asking. I'm gonna be 100% straight up here. I'm not asking anybody to contact her. I would get in trouble for that. I'm not asking. Okay? I'm not asking. I'm just voicing my thoughts here. Because that's the last thing. If I didn't have this restraining order and she was there, I would just go and just ignore her. But the reason is that I'm thinking that with the fucking baby, and I'm thinking that with the baby and all that, she's not gonna be able to go. That's the way I'm thinking. I could be completely wrong. Okay, it seems like since the last time I saw her was 2013. So I mean, that was before the baby. That was before she got married. So I mean, that's the way I'm thinking. She's not gonna go to Gwar. I don't know. She might. Who knows? She could get a fucking babysitter. I mean, it's all possible. Her husband might like Gwar. They might go. And you know what? She might even go. She might even go just to spite me. She might actually just go by herself. You know, it's all possible. It's all possible. She can always go by herself just to spite me. She'll be like, hey, because there's nothing that she wants more than to see me go to jail again. You know, so I'm actually a little, you know what, I'm actually a little kind of leery of doing some live streams in public, because I'm actually afraid, because I know the husband watches my videos. I know he's a subscriber. So, I mean, I'm a little weird, like Dennis Leary about doing some live streams out in public. I still do them, but I always gotta watch out. Because, who knows, she can always just say, hey, look, I know he was at this place at this time, and I was there, and I saw him, and I want him arrested because I saw him. That's why, if you notice, So if you notice a lot of times I'll say, so, oh yeah, we're out here in an undisclosed location. That's why I say that. But, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you can't really, there really is no way I can 100% avoid her just because, you know, I can't, unless I know where she is and then I know where, you know, there's no way. And no, I'm not asking to do this to fucking follow her. I'm doing this because I need to know if I could take off of work. She might actually go by herself just to spite me, just be like, hey, listen, Mike's gonna go to fucking Gwar. We know he's gonna go to Gwar. So you know, and we want him to, you know, go back to jail. So all I have to do is show up at Gwar and then have him arrested the moment he walks in that door. And that's the problem with a restraining order. And just that you can't really. She pretty much owns me right now. Pretty much owns me. But then again, I hope she becomes the bigger person and just says, you know what, fuck it. We want to stay away from him. He wants to stay away from me. I got a baby to take care of. My husband doesn't want to go. Fuck it. We're not going. You know, I want to hope that. So I did ask, I will admit, I did ask a couple friends my friends that know her. I will admit, I did ask a couple. I told them, you know, I got, whatever, I'm just wondering if she's going. A couple of them didn't even know. Like, I haven't talked to her in like 4 years. Alright, whatever. That's it. Well, I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, go ask her for me. Can't do that. Third-party contact. Third fucking party contact. So I have a job now, and first paycheck I got, I went and blew it all in like an hour. Now I blew it on something good, not evil. I'll be honest. The machete wasn't part of my paycheck. I just had a bunch of Amazon credit, so that's why I bought that. But no, I went and I blew my money on. I went to the Cheektowaga Police Department and I just paid off my fucking civil judgment. And I know that it's a civil judgment. I can't be arrested for not paying it. But you know what? It's better that I paid it anyway, just because employer, like, if I don't pay it, it goes on my credit. Employers see my credit, landlords see my credit. I don't have any. I was convicted of a of a violation, which is like they reduced it to a fucking parking ticket. That's what it was. And at this point right now, I have no criminal record, but whenever I go across the border, they just see that a restraining order comes up. So then I tell them, I'm like, listen, it was reduced to a friggin' parking ticket. That's it. Restraining order is still up for a year. But I try to stay away from her as much as possible. That's all. But, I mean, if like a landlord or employer goes to look me up for a background check, they won't find anything. But they will find, if they do a credit check, they will find I have a civil judgment against me with the Cheektowaga court. And then they can start asking questions about that. See, if I was convicted of like a misdemeanor or a felony or something like that, I wouldn't even pay that fine. I've been like, fuck that. You know, that's you know, fuck that, because no matter what I do, it'll still come up as a misdemeanor or a felony. You know, paying that would just, it won't take the felony or misdemeanor away. But with a violation, I have no record. I wasn't convicted of a crime. So, I mean, the only thing that they can actually see is that I have this civil judgment against me from the town of Cheektowaga court. So I felt like if I paid that off, then nobody can actually see that anymore. You see what I'm saying? Nobody can see that. That's the way I thought. Okay. So it was a good thing that I just paid that off. That way, if any landlords or any employers want to do a credit check, I don't have to explain why I have a civil judgment against me by the town of Cheektowaga court. You know what I'm saying? But if I had a misdemeanor or a felony, that'll show up no matter what. So I wouldn't even have paid it if I had a misdemeanor or a felony. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's just the way I see it. But I want to go back to Toronto. Okay. But I'm gonna wait until my restraining orders are up and over with, because I mean, I'll still go to like Niagara Falls and shit like that, like, but, and if somebody wants to take me to Toronto, that's fine too. But I'm not gonna sit there and book a fucking Airbnb and all that jazz just so that. So what? So they can turn me away. It's easy enough to get home. Well, if I go to Niagara Falls, Ontario, that's easy enough to get back home. This is enough. Cross the bridge, take the bus home. That's all. But I think what I'm gonna do is because I'm getting paid now from work. So whatever I get this week for work, here's how I plan on spending it, okay? First off, I gotta buy a bus pass. I worked the full 20 hours this week. So that should be like what? 20 times 10, that's like $200. Then you take some money off for tax. So whatever. So I get like what? I mean, last week I worked like 16, I think it was like 16.4 hours or something like that. It was something like that, 16.4 hours. I took home about $139. I had to spend $125 for that fee, plus another $3 because I use a credit card. Or I should say a debit card. I think it's going to be a little bit more than... Nah. I mean... I'm gonna guess it's like, what, 16... Hold on. Let me do the maths here. Let me do the maths here. Here we're doing math with DLF. So it's 16.40 times 10. And that's 164. I got about 139. Let me see something. And we buying us 139. So that's like $25 off my take-home pay. Let's see. So I'm gonna get like about. Someone's calling me. Hold on. Who the fuck is this? Hello?
Hi, this is Lindsay. I'm calling from Standard Property Management. How are you?
All right.
I am just looking at your email I got here a few days ago. You're interested in our one-bedroom on Elmwood Avenue?
Yeah. What I don't really remember, but what was the address again?
It's 1092 Elmwood.
1092. Okay. And that's how much a month?
It's running for $700 a month,
Okay.
and that includes your water, trash, and gas.
Okay. All right. Do you allow pets?
We will take cats with no dog.
Okay, that's good. And that's considered Buffalo, right?
It is Buffalo, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing the apartment. Now, the thing is that I do have Belmont Section 8.
Okay.
I also have I'm also on disability. So what'll happen is, and I also work part-time as well. So what'll happen is, Belmont pays a part, they pay like 2/3 of it or something like that. And then, with my disability, I have a county worker that will send the rest of it.
Directly to us, or does it go directly to you?
It goes directly to the landlord.
The landlord, okay.
Yeah, I think it's like a check they send out.
Okay.
And the Belmont is, I think, a direct deposit.
Yeah. Yeah, we deal with them a lot, 'cause we have a lot of tenants that have a similar situation, so
Okay.
you're familiar with that.
Alright.
Alright, well that's totally fine. So what I was gonna say to you is we actually have a open showing scheduled for this Thursday.
Thursday?
Yeah, are you available?
What time?
From 5 p.m. until 6:30.
Ooh. Yeah, 'cause I work from 4 to 8 at night.
Okay.
That's gonna be tough for me.
Do you work on Saturday?
No, I don't. I'm off the weekends.
Okay, so let's do this. Right now I only have a showing set up for Thursday,
Okay.
but if we don't get any applications, then we'll most likely do another showing on early Saturday.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just, what was your name again?
Michael Constantino.
Michael, okay. Alright, this is your direct line, Michael?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's do this. We'll give you a call back Friday morning, and
Okay.
we'll see if anything has become of Thursday night showing, and if no one has applied, I will schedule something for Saturday morning. It's gonna be between 10 and 3 on Saturday.
Yeah, that's good.
For the specifics. I'll let you know, and then hopefully you'll be able to come check it out on Saturday instead.
Okay.
Alright?
Yep.
Okay, so
All
I'll
right.
give you a call in a few days.
All right. Do you have any other properties?
We do. Are you trying to stick with a one bedroom?
Yeah, either 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, in that Elmwood area or Allentown or like North Buffalo area.
Okay. So the only other thing we have open right now, we have it's considered a very large studio.
Okay.
It's actually right above our office in the building. We have right now it's on Delaware and West Tupper. So it's right around the corner from Allentown.
Okay.
So that is running for, we're doing $745 a month, and that includes your water and trash. So you're still very
$740.
comfortable.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little too much. Cause with Belmont, they said I can get in a place that's either $750 with utilities or $650 I have to pay separate. And then
Okay.
if it's something like it only includes gas or it only includes electric, then I can go somewhere between there, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, let's stick with this unit on Elmwood, and I'll give you a
Okay.
call Friday morning, and hopefully we'll be able to schedule something on Saturday for you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right. All right. So that's weird. Okay. So what was I saying? What was I saying here? Oh yeah, about the. What the fuck was I? Oh yeah. So I'm gonna get paid at like $175, let's say. You know. So with that, I gotta pay for a bus pass. It's $37.50. Bus pass, you know, just gone right from there. Then I need like $5 for wash. I also want to get some cat litter as well. I'm running low here. I have enough to get me through, but it's gonna start running low. So I want to stock up on that. I want to get me that Oko cat shit. And if Oko Cat wants to sponsor my videos, dude, best cat litter ever made. Hands down. Oko Cat. If they want to sit there and sponsor my videos, they could. I want a lifetime supply of Oko Cat cat litter. Okay? So I want to stock up on Oko cat litter. And then, what else? Oh, that's the other thing. I also want to pre-order the new Gwar album. That comes out the 20th of this month. I'm going to pre-order that because if I pre-order it, I don't even have to pre-order it, really. Well, I want it before the concert, which is on the 1st. I want it for the concert. I'm going to take the new Gwar album to the concert and try to hunt down the guys from Gwar after the show so they can sign it. I really want them to sign my Gwar album, really. So I want it on vinyl though. I want it on Vinley, which is it's like $33. It's a little more expensive than a CD. But then you gotta remember too that it comes on two Vinleys. It comes on two Vinleys, and it comes with a big artwork. Probably comes with like a poster or something too. So if it comes with a poster, I want the poster signed as well. So I'm gonna get like the front of it signed by the. This is what I want to do. I'm gonna get the front of it signed by the guys, get the poster signed by the guys, and what else? I also want to put like $20 on we call it my Uber account. I think I have like $10 or something on my Uber account right now. The smallest you could put on an Uber account is 20. Okay, I had like $10. I had like $20 on there, and then I used like 10 of it. I think that's how much I have, but you know, I kind of want to. I need a way to get home from the show after Gwar. Because let's face it, y'all know me. Okay, you know me. I'm a cheap motherfucker. Okay, I'm cheap as fuck. Okay, I am one of the cheapest motherfuckers you'll ever meet. Okay, so I'm not going to be like one of those guys that'll be like, hey, you know, I'm not taking a fucking bus back home after Gwar. I'll take the fucking bus because it's free. But but it's like, the thing is that if it's late night, I'm not even gonna bother. You know, I'm not even gonna bother if it's late night, because the buses don't run like past like 11. Some of them do. I mean, and since I'm a cheap motherfucker, okay, I'm fucking cheap. I'm cheap. I am fucking cheap, okay? I will sit there and be like, hey, because I know that that 4 Broadway bus. I know that 4 Broadway bus comes. I know that 4 Broadway bus is runs a little later than it runs a little later than most other buses. Okay, it runs a little later than the Williams one. Okay, like that Broadway bus will run to like 11:30. The William will run to like 10, I think, 10 something. I am willing to take the Broadway bus. Okay, get off at Broadway and Bailey, walk across the fucking bridge, and walk home from there. And I'll take it just so I can save $20 fucking dollars. Okay? And I'll even take this a step further, and I'll be like, hey, listen, I am willing to take it. I don't know if this I'm willing to even take the 2 bus, which goes up and down Clinton Street. I'm willing to take the fucking 2 bus, goes up and down Clint Street, and walk home, get off Bailey and Clint Street, and then walk all the way down Bailey. I'm willing to do that. It's about as far of a walk as from Bailey. No, it's a little longer, I think. It's a little longer. I've done it before. But I'm willing to do that middle of the night. Just so I don't have to take that, just so I don't have to spend $20 fucking dollars for an Uber. Because I'm cheap as fuck. Okay? But if it gets to the point where I'm going to miss part of the show, and I'm not going to be able to make it to the bus, well then I'm going to have to use the Uber. Or, what I can also do, middle of the fucking night, I could just walk straight down fucking William Street back home from downtown. I probably won't do that, but whatever. It's another possibility. If I really wanted to, I could probably do it. How much do I have in my Uber account? I don't even know. I know if I put 20 on there, that'll cover it. Now, here's the thing too. Hold on. Here's the thing too. Oh shit, hold on. So here's the thing. Hold up. Here's the thing. I'm also working my ass off here, doing these little fucking quick thoughts surveys, and the quick thoughts app. Do these little fucking surveys, and once you get like 10 cents for every fucking survey you do. It's 10 cents for every survey, but that's only if you don't qualify. They'll just give you 10 cents. A lot of the surveys, like some of the surveys, you'll complete and you'll get the full dollar. So once you get, I'm already up to 210 right now, and so I'm already up to 210 right now. Every time you get up to like $10, you can cash it out and get a $10 Amazon card, which will help, by the way. It will help because if I could get like and I also have this thing Bing rewards. So I have the fucking thing set up so that every time I press, I have it set up for my home page, but I have it set up so that it searches for something whenever I press the home page, which is smart because every time I turn on my browser, every time my browser turns on, hold on, every time my browser turns on, right? Every time my browser turns on, I get points. After a certain amount of points, I get a $5 Amazon card or something else too. Hold on. There's a couple different things I can get. I think one of them's like a GameStop card. I don't give a shit about that. I don't know if there's a Best Buy card. I think there might be. What's this? Okay. All right. So every time I turn on my browser on my computer, I get another point. So I do that, and I do what's the other one? The quick thoughts. So I do a combo of both. And sometimes I'll just sit here and just fucking search for random ass shit. Just so that the points go up. Every time the points go up, every time I do a search, points go up. So that's gonna help me. There we go. I went from like 750 to 781. That's good. Like every day I just do this. Just fucking search for some of the stupidest I just type random letters and I search that way. That's what I do. I'm just typing random letters and then searching for those random ass letters. That way I can get my fucking points up. So when I get to a certain amount of points, how many points is it? I got 801 right now. It usually takes me about a week or so to get another, to get a thing here. So let's see here. Let me see here. Let me see how many points it takes to get an Amazon card here. Where is it? Where's Amazon? I know it's on here. Oh, I just went past it. What the fuck? It takes... It's $5. It takes 5,250 points. So, we're going to do some DLF math again. And let's say I found out one search gives you 5 points. Okay? So we do 5, 2, 5, 0. And then that's divided by 5. So how many searches would that be? That'll be 1,050 searches. I can do that. But how many can I do a day? Let me figure this out. I know there was a limit of how many you can do a day actually, so I just saw it too. I just saw where it said it. So let me see here. There's okay. So in one day, hold on, for a search, I can do 150. I can do 150 PC searches and then like 100 mobile searches as well. So I got 45 searches today. Okay, so it's 150. You get 5 points for each search. So how long will that take? How long will that take? Let's see here. 150 times 5. That's 7. You can get 750 points every single day. So 750. So let's see here. 5,250 divided by 750. So if I do the searches every single day for a week, I can get 5 Amazon things there. 5 Amazon points. Or $5 Amazon. That's what I'm gonna do. Like, it's like one of those things, like, I remember the one time when I got my fucking testicle removed, there was actually a hold on. There was a the doctor did something like before I got it removed, because what happened was, what the hell happened again? What the fuck happened when I got it removed? Oh yeah, the one testicle, I think it like wrapped around the other. I think that's what happened. I'm not exactly sure what actually happened, but I think the one like twisted around the other and was choking it out or something. So, why am I talking about this? I don't know. But Okay, so I'm talking about this because when it happened, I woke up and my fucking balls were red. I was just like, what the fuck? And it was like hurting, like I got kicked in the nuts, like really, really bad. So we went to the doctor, and the doctor was like playing with my fucking ball. Not like playing with them, but what I think he was trying to do was he was trying to like untwist them. And I remember I was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And he said, we're trying to put, this is what he said, for real. We're trying to put out the fire before the fire department gets here. The fire department being having the surgery done. So there was a chance that I didn't even have to have that surgery where they removed one of my testicles. There was a chance they didn't even have to do the surgery, and that all they would have to do is try to untwist them before that. That's what I got out of it. So right now, it's like, okay, this is the way I think. Because remember, I'm fucking sheep. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, I could get all, I could try my fucking hardest to get all these Amazon points and all this Amazon gift card shit. And if I can get that, then it's just like why should I spend any money out of my paycheck, for a Gwar album, when all I have to do is just, use my Amazon gift card, That's what I'm thinking. Or at least make it so that I don't have to pay as much out of pocket. You see what I'm saying here? So I get paid on what? Friday, right? I get paid on Friday. So I mean, I'm just gonna plug away at those surveys. Just keep on plugging away. And hey, if it happens, like if I get enough, I might be able to get myself a cool $10 code, which would mean that I would only have to pay like $21 for the Gwar thing anyway, which will be pretty cool. But I mean, it's better than paying a $31. But it's like, I'm just gonna keep doing it until, I should just say fuck it and just say, listen, I don't even want to pay for this thing. I'll just keep doing surveys until I get enough money for it. I mean, if I get into like a pinch or something, and I absolutely cannot get enough money. What now I'm maxed out. I bet you I maxed. Yep, see, I maxed out now. Yeah, it sucks. That sucks sores. Alright. I maxed out. Now what? Who the fuck is this? 585, that's Cha. Let's listen. Hello? Oh, you just fucking hung up. Okay. Today's the 10th. Yeah, I gotta go into work today at like 4. So, that's that. I'm all done. That's what I want to rant about. And then, you know, if I don't have to pay for that, then I don't have to pay for it. Alright. I'm done. This will be uploaded. Have a nice day.